In our crime tracker, police say they responded to a report of 3 people shot at a home on the 2700 block of Willis Street at about 1:30 this morning. Police arrived to find 3 victims, a father, a mother, and their daughter. We're told the mother and daughter sadly both died from their injuries, and the father is currently fighting for his life in the hospital. No suspect details have been released at this time, and tonight the shooting remains under investigation.
This is Love Hurts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future content. 29-year-old Jasmine Johnson was beautiful, fun, vibrant, and above all else, hardworking. Whether it was working at her job as a pharmacy technician or working in her home as the mother of 3 young children, ranging in age from 2 months to 2 years old, Jasmine got the job done, and she never slacked in any area. She was a great mother, and she was determined to give her children the very best, including a 2-parent household, even if that meant putting up with some pretty horrible things. The father of Jasmine's children was 30-year-old Donald Dwayne White II.
Oh my, my shit still look good. It ain't bad. Got that cheese and shit going on though. My special. I ain't gonna tell y'all everything that's in there. But I had went to my people in the shop and they had them Rotel dogs. Wasn't my cup of tea. The way they cooked it, everybody cooked their shit differently. But I ain't like it. So I thought about it. I'm like, shit, I know my Rotel they'll be so fast. So I'm like, hold up now. You know what? Let me make my own Rotel dogs. So instead of making sliders and homemade fries, we're gonna eat Rotel, some Doritos and chips, and my Rotel dogs. With my own specialty because wasn't feeling the taste. That shit was spicy as fuck. I almost made my girl go on late. I was like, damn.
From the outside looking in, the two had a perfect union. And truthfully, in the beginning, things were perfect. Donald got along so well with Jasmine's family, and he was always attentive to her needs. Above all else, he was a family man. He was involved in every aspect of each and every one of her pregnancies, even naming all 3 children.
No, cuz, but I'm hoping rent them big ass littles. But it's something small. Next time we'll know. For our little girl.
Is this more coming?
Our little girl coming right after.
And her name is what?
I don't want the Facebook to know yet. They probably steal it. Her name D'Iveriana though. D'Ivory and her name D'Iveriana.
I like David, baby. Let me see. What it's doing.
But underneath the surface, things were extremely rocky between the couple. Donald was on drugs, and he was abusive and known to crash out at any given moment.
Man, I'm so hot. Then I'd have popped the fucking Perc this early.
You say what?
I'd have popped the Perc. Finna sweat that shit out. I ain't tripping.
Perc just to get it started.
Who? I ain't finna throw up by you. I got a car. I'm gonna crank that bitch up. Turn that bitch on full throttle. That's why I decided to bag that up, because people gonna be coming through anyway.
Yet and still, Jasmine stayed year after year and child after child. And of course, things continued to get worse. What originally started out as just verbal abuse quickly escalated to physical abuse. In August of 2023, Donald assaulted Jasmine while she was pregnant with the couple's 3rd child. The incident led to multiple warrants being issued for Donald's arrest, including warrants for domestic abuse battery of a pregnant victim, domestic abuse battery with a dangerous weapon, domestic abuse aggravated assault, 2 counts of domestic abuse aggravated assault with child endangerment, and aggravated criminal damage to property. The situation was the straw that broke the camel's back for Jasmine, and she packed up her children and moved back home with her mother, 70-year-old Joanne Johnson.
He moving up.
Hey, my Pam. Hey, my baby. Hey.
What you looking at? What y'all looking at?
This is so cute.
Okay.
Donald wasn't having it though, and he began to harass Jasmine almost daily, always making up the excuse that he wanted to see his kids. Jasmine would give in sometimes and allow him to come over and spend time with the children, but it always ended in an argument between the two of them. So eventually, she had enough and she stopped allowing him in her space. And that's when sources say Donald snapped. Just after 1:30 a.m. on the night of January 14th of 2024, Shreveport police officers responded to a shooting in the 2700 block of Willis Street. Upon their arrival, officers discovered 70-year-old Joanne Johnson, 29-year-old Jasmine Johnson, and a male victim inside of the residence, all suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Joanne, unfortunately, was pronounced dead at the scene. Jasmine and the male victim were rushed to the hospital, but tragically, Jasmine did succumb to her injuries. And although the male had life-threatening injuries, he eventually pulled through and survived. The violent crimes and crime scene units promptly initiated an investigation, collecting evidence at the scene and interviewing witnesses, family, and friends. Through their investigation, they identified Donald as the suspect responsible for the murders. He was apprehended at his home a short time later and subsequently booked into the Shreveport City Jail, where he faces multiple charges, including 2 counts of second-degree murder and 1 count of attempted second-degree murder. He also faces charges of his outstanding warrants for the August domestic violence situation. Donald is currently in jail awaiting trial.
And turning now to another update, the Caddo Parish Coroner's Office has released the names of the 3 people who were killed in 2 separate shootings on Sunday. The first shooting happening around 1:30 a.m. on Willis Street in the Martin Luther King Jr. neighborhood. Shreveport police say Donald White Jr. reportedly kicked the door in and admitted to shooting the 3 victims. 70-year-old Joan Johnson and her daughter, 29-year-old Jasmine Johnson, died from their injuries, and a man was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Now, White was arrested for second-degree murder and domestic abuse.
My heart truly goes out to this family, especially the children involved, who will now have to grow up without a mother, a father, or a grandmother. It's just tragic. If you are in a domestic abuse relationship, create an out plan and get out now. Once you are out, do not turn back. Turning back can cost you your life. As always, loves, stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell for future content.